Alright, since my GoPro decided to make its best attempt at turning my computer into a brick, we're on take 2. Hi, welcome to Hobby Envoy. I'm Cole, and despite my technological woes, I am excited to bring to you today the Dijeh. The Dijeh is an interesting one to me because, unlike a lot of mobile suits that just kind of appear without any preamble, we actually know that the Dijeh is the result of what happens when the Caraba Air Force gets its hands on an abandoned Rick Diaz and says,
"It's free real estate."
So without any further preamble, let's get into it. Much like with the Leo, your before picture is this mess of haphazardly organized pieces. This guy was somewhat of a bear to tackle, as the way it's constructed necessitated me doing less sub-assembly than I had done with the Leo. And of course, we go through our normal steps of priming. And then base coating all the various parts. I was particularly impressed with the color I used to replicate the sea green color of the Dijeh, that being the Army Painter Warpaints Elemental Bolt. Absolute W color in my opinion. It was almost a shame to apply the chipping and weathering effects to it, because I liked how the elemental bolt turned out clean so much, but it's a technique I need practice with. And from there we used some black wash to do some panel lining. And then we break out our traditional brushes to do some small detail work that would not have been efficient to do with the airbrush. Now, a viewer by name of Mod20087 wanted to know how I had painted the beam saber in the gym video. So, with the Dijeh's beam naginata, we're going to slow down and break down my process on painting those blades. Now, with the gym, the procedure was fairly simple. I had painted the energy blade white, and I had brushed over it with an Army Painter Warpaints glow effect paint. But with the Dijeh, I thought maybe I could upgrade the process a little bit and do it a little better. Now, what I did was I began the same way as with the Gym's beam saber, and I've painted the energy blade white. But then I want to go in for the extra step of trying to make that differentiated color gradient. So I am taking a pale yellow and airbrushing just the edges of the blade. The hope was to make the core of the braid brighter and the outsides darker. However, I think after brushing over the glow effect paint, in this case, the Army Painter Warpaints Lens Flare Glow, it kind of washed out what I had done with the airbrush and ended up being a mostly even yellow anyways. I think I can accomplish my goal of making that uneven energy discharge, but I just needed more experimentation. And of course, I can't help myself but to add some decals for a little bit of extra visual interest. And after a quick coat of clear coat, we're on to assembly. And then we have our finished product. I really like how this model turned out. I do think that the Dijeh gets a little less love than I think it deserves, so I'm happy to have brought this one to you. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you next time. Later.